In the year 2022, I have I have looked, at my life and the life of others, and I have realized one common trend, that those who are older than me feel as though they, they got into the wrong path. Maybe someone is a teacher and they think, I would have done business. And then maybe I'm doing, music. Maybe I should have been doing, teaching or whatever. That is people who are older than me. People who are, we are age mates. They feel, not because of my age mates. Right now is when now we are completing college. It's when now they are trying now to get into the job market and everything. They feel as though they have just, thrown themselves into some confused, web, una get like you feel sasa nimemaliza degree yangu ya business management, which business am I going to manage? Maybe I'm done with catering now. Where do I start from here? And then now the people who are younger than me, I think those are the most, that is where the blood is running, the fastest. They feel as though they can do everything through Christ, who strengthens them. So they feel they have the time and capacity to achieve just about anything. But now the confusion is not the kind of confusion that is up here, because the confusion for youngsters is, do I do engineering or do I do, teaching? Do I do farming or do I do a course in, medicine? Whereas the confusion up there is I did engineering, but I really should have done farming. Farmers are doing much better than I am. I did teaching, but right now I should have done, you see? So it's a paradox of life that you think as you think someone who is ahead of you and who looks well off, someone who looks well organized, well thought, they are more mature, you think they're having it all, and only to realize that at wale they are having their own issues. And today I think I have decided to come and speak about how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've come to speak about how to make money online in 5 steps. And hear me well as we begin this video, that you don't usiniachie hapa. I'm not speaking about, M Global, how you come and join and then you start making money by bringing people, or crowd one, or how you're going to start, learning academic writing, which I have nothing against those things, but that is not what I'll talk about today, right? Again, today I want us to cover 5 steps. There are 5, right? 1, 2, yeah. The 5 steps. How you as an individual can decide that 2023 is going to be my year. Like, sikui preacher, man. Like, I'm not trying to tell you now to sadaka, but 2023 is going to be your year, and you're structuring and you're organizing your things in such a way that you will measure how far you've come and from where you've come, right? And let's dive right into it. So my name is Doita, and I really appreciate your tuning into this video, and I hope you find a ton of value by the time you're done with this video. So the first step, I believe, should be curiosity. You should be curious enough to ask yourself, what do you want? That is the first question. You can just take a paper right here, right now, sizes as we speak. Write things that you're interested in. Maybe it's football, maybe it's movies, whatever. However crazy it sounds, right? However crazy it sounds, take a piece of paper and write where your curiosity lies. But here's a challenge, my friends, is that we are not curious enough. That is the biggest challenge we have. And I feel that we are so accustomed to following rules and patterns, such that when we were small, you were told how to hold the knife, how to hold a plate, how to clean utensils, how to brush your shoe, how to do everything, until it forms a pattern in your mind, right? And so as you grow up, you're so accustomed to this setup, Yani inafika place you must be told to make money online, do these surveys, and automatically you click that link to go and do those surveys, because we have been accustomed to follow a certain pattern of things until we are kind of afraid or scared to chant our own ways. Kama naongea na mtu, I don't know if I'm, because personally it's a conversation I've been having with myself, that everything I've been doing to make money online, there has been no self-discovery. It's all about go and do forex, and you are like, how much do I need? 10,000. You go, you work, you are off, and then you bring your 10,000 to the account. They have told you, you play some trades. If you're watching this video, you know what happened. And you ask yourself again and again and again, really, how are these people making money online? How are people really generating, incomes in the online space? And don't talk about academic writing. Don't talk about, YouTube for a second. Like, when generally speaking, if someone tells you I work online, your mind runs to academic writing. Unconsciously, you just think, okay, this is an academic writer. Not all our assignments. That's how our parents put it. All these things. But then, is the challenge with this, the way we have been taught by whoever taught us to make money right now, the academic writing things, the writing, all these things, is that it is not, you cannot replicate it. Someone cannot come and tell you, teach me and my friends and my family and everybody else. It is not something that you can stand with and tell them, genuinely speaking, I will teach you to make 10,000 shillings a month, and I will teach you ABCD, and I will teach you academic writing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What you discover is the guy who is telling you to teach you, that he will teach you how to make money online, that is what he does to make money. So he'll tell you, come, I'll teach you how to do academic writing, but I'll charge you 10,000. So for him, the business really is not the academic writing he does, but it is the teaching he is offering to you and 100 other people. Imagine someone who is charging 5,000 shillings to teach guys academic writing. And then right now we have guys who are coming from high school. So they are very eager to start making a coin here and there. And then they find someone who is eagerly waiting for them and charging them 5,000 shillings. I mean, just tell your parents, mom, I need 5K. Some mtu ananiambia atanifunza kazi ya online. Okay? And someone will send you screenshots, which, listen to me, my brothers, my sisters, anyone who is watching this video, I am not bashing academic writing, not at all. It is how people have paid their rents, people have sustained their families, and I am not attacking it. I'm just using it as something we can use for today's video. Are we together? Kindly, watu academic writing, msinipige, msiwache hiyo video kuwatch hapo, mseme kuna kijana fulani hapo. No. I'm not trying to bash anyone's hustle. Hustle ni hustle. But I'm trying to bring us to the point of really building businesses that have value. Working out businesses online and offline that have value, right? Because imagine this for a second. Imagine academic writing was an offline business. And imagine this, you send your child, to school. But as they're coming back from school, they pass through a certain, shop in town, and they leave their mathematics, their Kiswahili, their English books up. Hapo apatia mtu 200, hiyo assignment nifanyie ndakujia asubuhi. You see what I'm talking about? And the people have built a business, a huge multi-million business around that. So now we have people who sell accounts, then we have people who do the assignments, and then we have people who are teaching people how to do it. And then now we have the 5% who are actually doing the work. So anyway, the point is, these online hustles we are doing hapa na pale cannot absorb us. They cannot really absorb us. We are not trying to build wealth this way. We are just trying to pay bill ya futano hapa na pale, buy food, buy clothes, have some good time. But they don't have, the end goal is not quite clear. Because every day if you talk with someone who owns account, they're always telling you, zimeanza kufungwa, or nini. And so the question is, right now you're doing your academic writing, right? And it is paying your bills and everything. What if something was to happen, God forbid, and the accounts are closed? Maybe you write articles and you need to use VPNs so that you hide your location so that account isifungwe. What if you wake up today in the morning and account imefungwa, gone? Maybe you have 2 children maybe you're living on around 20 to 30K a month, and all you have known all your life is this writing. Since you cleared high school, Form 4, maybe college, whatever you cleared, all you've known is how to do article or academic writing. Now that's where the rubber meets the road. You have to wake up and think, where are other men getting their money? Watu wengine wanaishi, how do they pay their bills? And I'm speaking this because I'm also part of this rende. Like, I'm also part of this crowd that is working in the online industry, but you're not working on a safety net. You don't feel as though you're safe. Something can just happen and you are thrown off, off the curve, and you're like, from where can I, pick myself up? And so the first thing, as I had mentioned, is curiosity. Be curious enough and have enough interest that you can pursue. An example, let's say you watch movies. I'm just trying to do a stretch. Let's see where it goes. Let's say you watch movies, but in the movies you watch particularly, there's something you love. Maybe the scripting, maybe the camera work, maybe the editing, maybe the shots they take. There's something that connects you with the movies, and it has to be. That's why person A loves detective stuff like I do. Another one wants the romantic kind of movies. Another one wants comics. Everybody has their own taste, but the thing is, there's something particular that if I was to tell you, what do you love about, an example, FBI or Criminal Minds, what exactly do you love about that movie? And then be curious enough to look at it and look at it and look at it. The way the Bible says, faith comes by hearing, and by hearing is out of God. Like, you listen and watch that piece of content and ask yourself, really, kabisa. Don't cage yourself into the limitations we have been set. That you can be this, you can be this, you cannot be this. No, just look at the movie itself and tell yourself, I think I love the camera work. That is the first step. That is curiosity. That is single step of beginning any journey. Whether you're doing an offline business or an online business, that is a single step. Let me give you a story. So where I live around, around where students live. We have so many apartments around here where students live. And one morning, I woke up and went for breakfast, where I buy my breakfast. And that guy, I found him, alikuwa ameka notice kwa mlango. Alikuwa amesema he's now closing na ana move. And this guy had been cooking for us mandazis. No fresh mandazi kabisa, yani anazipikia hapa kwa duka. I think for the last maybe 1 year or so. And so I was like, wow. So this might be the last, the last one of the last times I'm coming for mandazis. And immediately I got curious. And I told him, you know what, I can spare a few minutes. And since we had created a rapport over the year, I asked him, can you just tell me what you do with these mandazis? How do you do them? He was very, polite and very kind to tell me. He told me, you take unga, you do this, and this machine costs this, and electricity costs this, and this is how you sell, and this is what you do. And I was like, okay, and rent for the shop and everything. And we spoke, blah, 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 blah. Remember, I had gone to buy my mandazis, my 5 mandazis, done. I was going to make a business. I had just gone for my breakfast. So you're trying, to grasp how you're going to go about the day. I just went. After the conversation, I went back to the house and forgot about the conversation. Kabisa. And then, a few days later, he calls me. He tells me, you know what? What do you think about the idea? Because I had shown some interest. I can always, what do you think about all this, all this story? And I was like, what was Jefikiria? But I think for now, I can buy the machine, and when nikijipanga, I will start this business. Since they were leaving, but the market is still there, you see. But then personally, I work, I am a link builder. I do SEO stuff. I help people with websites and everything. So that's what I do, my day job. So I did not really think I had time for mandazis. And then, funny enough, I bought the machine he was selling because I bought the machine, but nika kwa nyumba nikasahau your story. And then hard times came, really hard times came. Kazi ya online nikaenda chini nini, and then we were approaching elections, you know, the August elections, and I was left in the house with online yenye ileti pesa but I have a machine, and I was like okay, but this time students washafunga, so now I'm like, who will I sell my mandazis to? And ana mandazi gani hata sijui kupika? So I called him. Yes, I know I can go to YouTube, but this guy will give me some quick tips. Mbio. He told me do this, blah blah blah. I did that. The first few days mandazi zilikuwa zinakaa vibaya, haivi ni nini. After a while nikashika momentum. Guess what? When the election was nearing, I got the idea of cooking mandazis for people who are going to vote. So me, I woke up at 5, baked my mandazis, went bought a tian the previous day, prepared kahawa, mandazi kaiva, and I was on the line. And funny enough, the location, the station where I went to sell my mandazis, there was no other seller. I couldn't go to mandazi, nobody was selling anything else. I was the only seller, and I even felt bad because I underutilized the opportunity. I was selling few mandazis and I are not diversified. If I was selling tea at breakfast and maybe at lunch, I would have made more money. Because funny enough, in that station, I don't know about your stations, in the station I was selling, even the IEBC officials themselves were not catered for, in terms of no one had taken food for them, to them. So when they were, having breaks up on a pallet, they used to ask me, uko na chai, uko na kahawa ingine, uko na whatever, uko na chips, uko na nini? And I was like, no, sina. You see? And all this day was a good day. I made my sales. I was able to pay the rent and everything. And now this brings me to this story. All this began with curiosity. It began with the point of asking myself, this guy is leaving. Who will take up this shop? And I said, why not? I'll be the one. The second point is self-development. From my story, when I was curious, the first thing I did is I asked him, okay, tell me about this thing. Tell me about it. So I was like, okay, so you have this machine and you cook this way. So I was like, okay, then good. So now let's come now to your case, because now I'm talking about mandazis and maybe you're thinking, okay, so now should I buy also a mandazi machine for whatever? No, think about it this way. Maybe you love cartoons and you've been watching cartoons for the longest time. Now it's time to do something about it. Ask yourself, why do I love these things? Maybe you're so much into the graphics and the art and everything. Now it's time to take the next step. Don't just be a content consumer. Ask yourself, how can I now cross the bridge and become a content creator? Because the same way I love these things, there are a million other people who love these things. How can I now create this thing and sell it to them? Okay? And since you've enjoyed this and you know what you love about it, you can easily now tell yourself, okay, and ask yourself, okay, how can I do this? How can I do this? And then now go on YouTube. Look for content. Don't, listen to me, very careful. He's when sasa tutakosana watu. Don't go and spend hours on YouTube. Yeah. In fact, I am advocating for you spending at least 30 minutes a day on YouTube, no more than 30 minutes. Go and look for yourself a YouTube video covering the skills you're trying to acquire. For me, it was cooking mandazis.